Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And on this pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things, we have many stuff and things to talk about, including upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. We will be talking a little bit about Thanksgiving, a holiday here in the United States. And we have a very cool box opening to show you. It is a new notebook system, something that was sent to me by a company called Endless Stationery. I've been looking forward to showing it to you. And then of course we will have your comments, feedback, and questions in hashtag askstuffandthings. So let's get into it. All right, first of all, upcoming videos. There are many things that we need to get to on this channel, and it's a little daunting looking over the list here. There are so many different things. There are a few things that I haven't actually written down here. The next video that you can look forward to on the main channel is the first impressions video for GLP's Maltese Falcon. Yes, we are finally doing the first impressions video for this blend. It's a blend that many people have requested me to review. It's one of those things that if you look on some of the retail websites, it's often like one of the top ranked tins that they sell. So I know that a lot of you are interested in this blend, and we will be doing the first impressions video this Wednesday. Okay, then we have a timeless style video coming up soon. Those ones always take a very long time for me to produce. And depending on what happens with my very old 50-plus-year-old Navy pea coat, when that comes back from the tailor and the cleaners, we may be doing that, or we may be doing my Levi's trucker jacket. We have a lot of different options there for timeless style. So there'll be a new one of those videos coming up soon. We will have the review for the new notebook system, which I'm going to show you today. That will be coming up, but I'll want to have that for a while, try it out. We also have the G-Shock. Can I show that to you? I did a box opening of this last week. This is the G-Shock GW-5000u. Very cool watch, one that I wasn't actually expecting. You should watch that video because I was expecting a different watch and I got this one instead. And a little update on that, I wrote the actual shop in Japan and they said to keep it. So I'm keeping this one, we'll be reviewing this one. Really cool G-Shock, really enjoying using this. It's been a long time since I've had a digital watch. It's been since I was maybe 12 when I had my old Casio digital watches back in the day. I think I might have had like a Timex Indiglo or something too. And at the time, they were the height of wearable technology. And now they're kind of pleasantly retro feeling, but still super usable. And there are a lot of great features in this watch. So I'm looking forward to sharing this with you in a full review at some point. And then a lot more stuff that I don't have time to mention. And then of course, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, for the foreseeable future, the Elden Ring series is continuing on Stuff and Things Plays. So please check everything out. All right, gang, Thanksgiving. If you live in the United States and you celebrate Thanksgiving, hopefully you had a good one. We had a fun one. With the whole divorced parents thing, we trade off every year. We go to my dad's place for one year. The next year we go to my mom's or her family. And this year was at my dad's. And it was really fun to see my two nieces. I have my little brother has a daughter who is like 3.5, but she's a ridiculously tall and advanced 3.5-year-old. And then my stepsister has a daughter who is 5 almost, I think, something around there, even though she's smaller than my brother's daughter, my niece. So they both were there and it was really fun. I don't have too many opportunities to play with little children, but it's always fun, like, I don't know, just running around and being a weirdo with little kids, especially that age, because pretty much anything you do can be entertaining. And we were playing this game where initially one of my nieces, my stepsister's daughter, had this box of these snowballs, which were these little like fuzzy white balls that you can have a snowball fight with without actually throwing snow. And she started throwing them around at people, and she's usually super shy and kind of retiring, but she got really amped up about this game. And so I started playing with them, and they were chasing me all over the house, throwing these snowballs at me. And she just started shrieking like, I love snowball fights, and going insane. And then my other niece, my brother's daughter, who is younger, she just kept kind of disapprovingly going around after us and picking up all the snowballs and trying to put them back in the box, and just like holding them. And then eventually the other niece would come and grab them from her and start throwing them. And then spontaneously out of nowhere, and I love this stuff, I don't know where kids pick this up, but it seems to be just universal, and it continues down throughout the generations, where I was playing with them and I was about to throw the snowballs at them, and then they both simultaneously said, "Freeze, you're frozen." And so I had to stop. And then they got their snowballs and threw them at me. And then they're like, "Unfreeze." And then I was able to move, and I grabbed the snowballs. Right as I was about to throw them again, "Freeze, you're frozen." I don't know where they picked this up. I don't know why it's universal. I don't know why they both said it simultaneously. They hadn't planned on this, but we had a good time. Just throwing them around, having fun. So it was nice to see the nieces, and hopefully you all had a fun Thanksgiving as well. Ooh, what do we have here? This is a box from India, and it was sent to me by Endless Stationery. They are a company that contacted me a while back and said, "We have some products. Would you like to review them on your channel?" I said, "Sure." So just so you know, I did not pay for these. These were sent to me by Endless Stationery, but I'm not receiving any sort of payment other than just receiving these products for review. I did not guarantee them a good review. I just said I would check them out and I would eventually review them. So I'm gonna unbox them for you now, and then you can expect within the next few weeks an actual review, because I'll wanna have a chance to try these out. But yeah, they're a company from India. I had never heard of them before, but I checked out their website, and I get a lot of emails from random companies, a lot of them based in China, a lot of them from all over the world. And a lot of the times the products are just repackaged things that you've seen 1,000 times on Amazon. Like, this is this kind of notebook or this notebook, and there's a different name or a different name brand, but it's basically the same thing, and it's just over and over and over, and kind of knockoffs of things. And I usually say no, because I just don't see the value in me reviewing all these things. But these seemed cool, and there was a reason why I wanted to look at these, and I will show you now. So I have my Bark River Ultralight Bushcrafter in CPM 3V with a desert ironwood handle. Beautiful knife. And we're gonna chop into this baby. I think we go right here. Cutting open box. If I can get it inside without cutting my own finger off. There we go. I need to make sure I hold this up appropriately so I can get a nice thumbnail. Let's see, if we open it up like this. Here we go. Is that a good thumbnail, or is that a thumbnail? Okay, so here we go. Endless Stationery. I like how this is packaged. I like the box too, by the way. I don't know if you can see that sort of gold relief on there. I can't really make out what that's supposed to be. I guess a map. And it's madebyendless.com is the website. Inside, we have a little thing that says crafted for creators right here. And here are the products. Looks like there's a little note. Oh, and we have a catalog. Oh, okay. Everything's gonna fall all over the place. We have a little catalog. Oh, nice. Full color. Shows a description of some of the products on there. Very cool. I'll talk about some of the different products that they sent me and some of the other offerings that they have. And it looks like to Bradley Stuffin' Things. A little envelope. Let's open this up. Very nicely packaged, nicely presented. Wow. What have we got here? Hello. So it talks a little bit about their design philosophy, gives some product overview from, let's see, the Recorder, Hardcover Junior, Explorer, Refillable Journal System, blah, 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 pen loops, cotton wallet. Okay, this is cool. So just kind of reference materials for the products. And inside the box, we have several things. Okay, interesting. Let me see here. So let me do like this. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 products inside there. The first one here, let me put this to the side. Man, this is all really well packaged. I'm gonna have to show you this in more depth. This is the Creative Block Tear Off Notepad. Ink-loving regalia paper, 80 GSM acid-free. So it sounds like it'll be good for fountain pens. And so this is basically a little notepad that you would have on your desk, and you just rip off sheets as you use them. Let me actually rip into this here. It has a little thing, belongs to the desk of, and you can write down on there. Inside, we have 80 sheets of this blank paper. The regalia paper is apparently made in-house by them. And from what I can feel here, it feels pretty thick. It's not super shiny or slick like a lot of the Clairefontaine paper. If you're into fountain pens, you'll know about that. But supposedly good for fountain pens. This is, I believe, let's see, I wrote all this stuff down. I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting here. I think this is the standard size. I believe this is the standard size. They also have a large for $15. The standard size is $9, and there's a pocket size for $7. So the standard is kind of A5-ish, I believe, in size. Doesn't say what this is. Is this the standard? I think it's the standard. But there you go. So a little Creative Block tear-off notepad. Cool. Next, I think I will do this. This is the Endless Explorer Refillable Leather Journal. Contains the iconic regalia paper notebook. No GSM, acid-free, ink-loving. There's some information on the back here. Here's the packaging. Nice box. And it says, say hello to your new companion, bustling streets, shrouded mountains, crashing waves, the touch of supple leather, the sound of pens scratching on paper, the rustling of the pages in your journal. Meet your companion for all the places you find your feet and mind taking you. The Explorer is a canvas waiting for you to ink your thoughts and ideas. Watch the leather sleeve evolve as you do and become uniquely yours with an exquisite, natural patina. Includes handcrafted leather sleeve, 8.1 inches by 5.7. Leather pen loop with elastic. I was very interested in this because it comes with this pen loop, and I think the pen loop looks pretty cool. Extra holding bands for 2 notebooks, 1 storyboard large notebook, 7.5 inches by 5.1 inches, dotted layout, 64 pages of 80 GSM regalia paper. So, some of this might sound familiar to you. It may sound similar to the MIDORI, or formerly MIDORI, currently just Traveler's Company, Traveler's Notebook. That is also a leather cover, and you can have inserts that you place into the cover. You hold them in with elastic bands. So that all sounds similar, but the thing about this that I find cool, let's see if we can chop into this without actually cutting into the box, is that this is actually an A5 size. So anything you have that is A5 will fit into this. It's not that proprietary MIDORI size or Traveler's Company size. So look at that. That is really cool. The sleeve opens up, and inside we have the notebook. Really well packaged. Thank you very much. This journal has been carefully designed to be a part of your everyday life, a companion to hold your great ideas and thoughts. Pair it with your storyboard, large notebooks, and start exploring. So we have some instructions here, shows for 1 notebook, for 2 notebooks, for 3 notebooks. Right there, how to use the actual system. Put that aside. And then there's some tissue paper and the notebook itself. Ooh. This looks really cool. Oh, and here we go. On the bottom here, we have the pen loop. I'm gonna pop that open as well. So this is a green leather cover. And we have a little embossed Endless logo on the bottom. And this is basically like a MIDORI. You can see we have the elastic band system. It's actually, you can see how it goes into the spine there. There are 2 bands to start out, which I really like. In the MIDORI system, there would be 1 band, and then you would put other kind of rubber bands in to hold your other inserts, and I had modified mine to be more like this, actually. So maybe they took my modifications. Actually, no, you have 3 bands. One is already on the first book, and there are 2 other bands. So that's exactly how I modified my Midori. So another reason why I enjoyed this is because it's already modified the way I modified my Midori. And you can see the one booklet we have in here already. Again, this paper feels nice. It's a dotted paper. This one has a little bit more of a sheen to it than the stuff in the, where is it at now? The paper in here, the Creative Block. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference or if it'll pick that up on camera, but this is a little more matte and this has a bit more of a sheen. And this is dotted. And so you have room for 3 inserts in here already right off the bat. 3 different pieces of elastic. So there's sort of a central piece. I don't know if I can show this to you. Maybe I could take this journal out. There's a central piece here, and that's what the elastic band that actually holds the notebook closed. And then you have these 3 other pieces for inserts, and that's just very cool. I like the fact that they have included that. And you have different colors. You have like an orange, a brown, and a red. I'm going to put this book back in. And the fact that this is just a normal A5 size, I like a lot, because it's a lot more versatile than a Midori. So for a full-size notebook, here you have your elastic band, just like a Midori. You can hold it shut like that. I'm definitely going to want to get some more inserts to put in this, but I'm really liking this. The leather feels really nice, and I really like the fact that they have a green color. For the Explorer refillable leather journal, there is green, brown, and blue available. This is $50. Comes with the sleeve, the one notebook. It has the pen loop, which we'll be getting into in a moment here, and it holds their notebooks that are 7.5 by 5.1 inches. So a Midori, you would cut it off maybe around there. So you have the kind of tall and narrow inserts. These are just A5 style. Smells great. Smells like full grain, nice leather. Maybe. It's hard to tell, but it seems like it's going to hold up nice. And let me just see. So there's actually these little slots where these things can hold in here. Let me show you the spine so you can maybe get an idea of how that looks and the way this system works. So when I modified my Midori, I actually just put 2 holes on either side of the central elastic, and I strung elastic through that, so I would have 3 separate pieces. This comes with 3 pieces of elastic. It's very cool. Then we have the pen loop, and that was something I was quite interested in. The fact that it comes with the book, with the notebook, is really cool. And here you go. This is also the green leather. They have matching leather colors for whichever leather notebook you got, or if you want to mix it up. And this can go over the book like this, if you wish. And it says it'll fit most standard pens. In fact, the picture they showed of it had it with a Lamy Safari in there. Actually, let me go grab my Lamy and see if I can fit that in there. I brought it with me in my bag. So here's my Roter Faden Taschenbegleiter. And that has the, actually, is this a Midori pen loop? I can't remember. I think so. That holds my Lamy Safari, not super securely. It can come out. Here, with the Endless Stationery book, I can pop it right in, and it fits great. Doesn't move too much. I don't know exactly how I would keep this inserted or keep this mounted on the notebook, because this way, obviously, you have to take the pen loop off to get the notebook open. But if I open the cover and throw this on the front cover, like so, that can kind of work, and then you could put the elastic over that if you want, or you may just put it possibly on the back part. In fact, yeah, let me try that. I kind of like it back here. And again, you can put the elastic over it, or I might actually mount it to a notebook that's inside the sleeve. But yeah, that looks really cool. I'm liking that a lot. And then finally, they sent me this. Okay, everything's gonna fall off my table here. This is the cotton wallet. The cotton wallet is $25. I'm gonna put this aside for a moment. A convenient wallet designed to fit inside the Explorer journal of the standard size only. So this is the standard size. I think they also have a pocket size version of this. Has card slots, cable holders, and a large zipper slot to store all the things that you would like to carry around. So again, nicely packaged. I enjoy the way they present their products here. And inside this box, looks like we just lift it. Tissue paper inside as well. And here we have the cloth wallet, like that. So it's kind of a canvasy material. You fold it open. There is a zippered compartment here. So this will be great to hold pens, maybe ink cartridges and things like that. Here you have kind of a little sleeve to place things inside, and then card slots here. Several card slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another little slot here. I don't know what this is for, but there's a little snap. And this you would just put inside the notebook. Let me see if I can do this here. I would probably put this, let's see, if it closes like that, I would probably put it like this. Let me get one of my elastics out. Shove this through. And there you go. Just like that. It's inserted in the notebook now. You open her up, and then you have this. You can have pens and things inside there, cards, little receipts, notes to yourself, stuff like that in there. And it's very cool. I was looking for a good way of holding pens and like cartridges and stuff like that for ink in my Taschenbegleiter. And what I ended up doing was using one of the MIDORI zipper pouches inside here. And obviously it's not a full A5 size, but it works fine. And now with the Endless Stationery notebook, you have this little card wallet. And I think that is pretty cool. So I will be checking out this notebook system with the pen loop, with the, oh, my watch just beeped. So the Endless Creative Block Tear-Off Notepad, the Explorer Refillable Leather Journal, the cotton wallet, which is inside, and the Open Type Pen Loop Green. I will be trying out all these products and I will be doing a review before too long. So stay tuned. All right, gang, but now it is time for hashtag Ask Stuff and Things. Remember, if you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, you can tweet at SAT Bradley with the hashtag Ask Stuff and Things. You can also write to me via Patreon and go to the front of the line, or you can leave comments, feedback, and questions on my YouTube videos. I read through all of those and try to pick out good things to include in hashtag Ask Stuff and Things. So first, we have some feedback from last week's Sunday Stuff and Things. This is from Todd Barstow. And I was talking about the story of a 17-year-old Bradley getting his pea coat and the travails I went through trying to get that. Todd says, I like the story about your pea coat. You have been through a lot with it. I get very attached to things. I have a small screwdriver that I carry around at my maintenance job at a long-term care facility. It has fallen out of my shirt pocket several times, and so far I've always been able to retrace my steps and find it. One time a resident found it when she was watering outside plants. I've worked there for 15 years and have been carrying it with me for most of that time. It's not as nice as a thing as your coat, but it is important to me. Sometimes I wonder why I get so attached to things. I've noticed that my coworkers aren't like this. No, and I totally understand where you can develop an emotional attachment with something just based on association, like having it for so long or associating it to a certain event that may have happened and that thing may have been around. I like that. Next, from Navitivietulala 72. I have my Navy-issued pea coat that I received in 1972. I enlisted and was sent to Great Lakes NTC. It was in November, and that pea coat was the warmest coat and still is the warmest coat I have ever owned. I still have mine and continue to wear it. Very cool. So 1972, almost as old as the one that I have. This is from 52 Dislikes. I have antique clocks, but my Casio digital watch keeps them all on time. And yes, this one now, every week or every night, it has been connecting to the radio signal from the atomic clock in Colorado. In fact, it did it at 2:03 this morning on 11:25 as I'm recording this. And yeah, it gives me the exact time from that atomic clock in Colorado automatically. Never have to set it. So very cool. So some more feedback from the Casio G-Shock unboxing. This is from Magnus Nielsen. Congrats on the super nice G-Shock. In my opinion, I think you should just keep it. Call it a happy little accident. I completely agree that the original square G-Shocks invented by Kiko eBay are much less clunky than the round ones. It makes perfect sense to use it as a beater work watch. And yeah, and that was my intention originally with the less expensive version, but now this one is almost too nice. It has a full metal case covered in resin. It's a much more expensive watch, and I don't know if I want to use it as a beater at work, but we'll see. Mike1614 says, they sent you a $275 watch. I found it on Amazon for like $230, but yeah. The Casio 5610, which is the watch I wanted originally, is one of the best watches ever made. For about $110, I found it for like $90 or so. You can own a watch that never needs to be adjusted or tended to ever. As long as it gets some light to power it, even indoor light works for that, and its atomic clock sync assures the time date is always correct. From Corbin Bourbon, I have the solar-powered Bluetooth model. It's not a smartwatch or anything fancy. I never have to worry about it, and you just connect it to your phone once in a while to get your time synced up. Plus, it never runs out of battery if you wear it often enough. They're a great product. Stephen Ford says, hi Bradley, just from your tech description of the watch parts, I think you know more about watches than you were letting on. Ha ha ha. I've dived into watch stuff on YouTube and on the internet before. I enjoy watching videos about people restoring vintage watches, mechanical watches, and stuff like that, so I know some of the terminology. A great start to your review at any rate with the wrong watch, but it is a great looking G-Shock, so I would be happy. Seller will probably leave it with you at the price you paid. They might not have had stock of the one you wanted, and this was a hope you didn't notice moment, or in a genuine mistake, they may find it expensive shipping. They may find it more expensive shipping you the correct one and paying for a return. For goodwill and reputation of the seller, I think your honesty will be rewarded a bargain. And yes, I put an update, not in the video itself, but in a comment on that video that yes, I did contact the seller and they said, don't worry about it, just keep it. And I do think it is a situation where, you know, sending it back to Japan, then they'd have to restock it. It would be, I guess, used at that point. They just didn't want to worry about it. And so yeah, I got a much nicer watch for much less than it is worth, but I'm going to be reviewing it eventually on the channel. Thank you all for the feedback. Please keep the feedback and questions coming in. But now, it is time for the very best part of the show, and that is where we thank our Patreon supporters. Remember, if you would like to support the channels on Patreon, there is a link in the description box below. There is also a super thanks button. You can pop down there if you want to donate directly, but it is super appreciated. Really helps the channel go, helps pay for the fancy camera that is filming this video, the lights that are shining upon me, products that we can get to review, and so I can show you on the channels. And every week we like to shout out those who support the channels at $25 or more a month. People like Kirk Crompton, Glenn, Jason Buckner, Gloria Phillips, MDoftheNorth, David Gaudreau, Nick Papageorgio, John Tice, Ryan McFadin, and Finn O'Hagan. And of course, the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Bob Magee and Ashes of the Phoenix, and of course, the Hall of Fame member who is no longer with us, our dear friend, Peter Straub. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. It all really helps out. Please stay tuned for the GLP's Maltese Falcon First Impressions video, which we'll be posting this Wednesday. We also have so many other things coming up. The G-Shock review, another timeless style video, the new notebook system that I just showed you there, and the Elden Ring series every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on Stuff and Things Plays. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and if you have the weekend off, that is fantastic as well. I hope you enjoy that. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley, you've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.